Matt is on here to talk about the viral TikTok drama surrounding a man who dated 50 different women from 50 different states, 3 different times, for 3 different seasons. What could possibly go wrong with that premise? The Bachelor, Love Island,
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
90 Day Fiancé.
May I halik you?
There are endless dating reality shows out there. Our voyeuristic minds and curiosities love these guilty pleasures. And for some reason, people love to go on these dating shows. Do polyamory? No, that's a sin. Instead, let's suppress those desires, but go on a dating reality show where we date multiple people at once in front of millions of viewers. And society eats up these shows, or at least the mass of normies who are looking for a distraction in their lives, and the scandalous drama that ensues when you date multiple people at once. Excuse me. And this content is in such high demand that a subgenre of it is emerging from the depths of the social media platform TikTok.
Picture this. A man travels to all 50 states and goes on a date with a different girl in each state. That's right, 50 different women from 50 different area codes across the nation. Unlike your typical dating shows where they only hand select people out of the big cities of New York, LA, and Miami, that's not how we roll. How about showing love to the underdog states? Iowa, North Dakota, Arkansas, Nebraska. Now we're talking. So how's it work? Well, each girl the man goes on a date with will receive a heart with their state on it. At the end of their date, the bachelor will decide if he's going to take their heart or break it.
Lately, there have been low-budget dating reality shows spawning all over TikTok, and the plots are getting more and more bizarre. The most extreme version of TikTok dating show reality content, and the most dramatic, is the dating show that we're covering today, 50 Dates, 50 States. The premise of 50 Dates, 50 States, as you can probably guess, is dating 50 different people from 50 different states. Matt Wernig is the main love interest of the show, The Bachelor, the prize to be won. As you can tell, I mean, this dude looks like the ultimate catch. And in 2021, Matt drove his truck around all 48 lower states, going on a date with one lucky lady per state. And this year is Matt's 3rd season of doing this and making content surrounding it.
Welcome to season 3 of 50 Dates, 50 States. In season 1 and season 2 of 50 Dates, 50 States, there was never an elimination after any of the dates. In season 3, that changes. Introducing the 50 Dates, 50 States hearts. Each girl I go on a date with this season will receive a heart with their state on it. At the end of our date, they will give me their heart, and then I have to decide if I'm going to take it or break it. I can only keep 5 hearts out of all 50 dates I go on. So basically, no girl is safe until the end.
You have to give it to the guy who's probably like, I want to date a bunch of different women from all over the US, but I don't want to look like a slime ball while I do it. What if I make it into a business, make content around these dates and profit off of it? That's a good excuse to go on dates with a bunch of different women, right? And somehow doing this made him look like less of a bad guy, less of a slime ball, and more of a good guy, creating a reality dating show around the concept of dating a bunch of different women simultaneously. This year, Matt also incorporated a game element into this dating show, where after each date, Matt would give sort of like a post-game rundown of how the date went.
It's time to decide if I'll be taking or breaking my Hawaii date's heart in season 3 of 50 Dates, 50 States. It's time to decide if I'll be taking or breaking my Nevada date's heart in season 3 of 50 Dates, 50 States. It's time to decide if I'll be taking or breaking my Idaho date's heart in season 3 of 50 Dates, 50 States. It's time to decide if I'll be taking or breaking my Oregon date's heart in season 3 of 50 Dates, 50 States.
Then he would take out a wooden heart with the state name representing the date and either take or break that wooden heart, signifying that that date either will or won't make it to the final 5 hearts, but also in turn literally breaking that date's heart.
Michigan.
The concept, at least to me, seems pretty brutal. Yet at the same time, people love it. They become engaged with it, rooting for their favorite dates, seeing if they make it all the way to the end, becoming curious with who Matt will like the most, wondering if the next date will be the one. It's almost like the more dates Matt goes on, the more interested people become, because who will be the one to finally make Matt leave his Bachelor days behind? As much as I hate to admit it, I have to concede, Matt is an expert at getting an audience interested and engaged with the process, with his dating reality show content. Even though really, he's just a dude driving around his car, going on a bunch of different dates with a bunch of random chicks, and then leaving them in the dust behind to go on another date. So essentially, how did Matt get so good at this? And how did this go downhill? How did this result in a bunch of online drama? Matt Wernig is a 28-year-old from Montana who started this series during the 2020 lockdown. He was going to school in South Dakota and recording virtual dates that he was going on online. Then he would post those virtual dates on social media. The thing is, with virtual dates, you can do them around the country, around the world, which signified his first season of 50 Dates, 50 States.
My name's Matt Wernig, and I'm making it my mission to go on a virtual date with a girl from all 50 states before this quarantine is over.
Then, once lockdown restrictions were lifted, he had the bright idea to do this in person. Do a 50 Dates, 50 States Season 2 tour, visiting all the women he'd met online. So he did that and documented his journey for the world to see.
This is Jeff.
Jeff, how we doing, man?
And it was pretty successful, taking off primarily on TikTok. So what are the benefits of this kind of content? Honestly, I started out this video a little bit pessimistic towards this type of content, but to be positive towards Matt and his content, well, first off, he pulls a lot of baddies, but he also shows content where the dates are, of course, a highlight reel, but are examples of modern good dates. If you're someone who isn't sure how to fit into the dating world or the dating scene, or not even sure how to begin talking to someone, your confidence is low, or you're not sure where to take someone on a good date, well, look at this mediocre white boy on TikTok who seems to be making dating fun and entertaining, and it seems like a good example to turn to, at least for some inspiration when it comes to dating. Matt's content could be a way to inspire people and make dating fun and not as scary as it can feel at times. Conversely, of course, nothing in reality is as fun or engaging as it can be made out to be in an edited down highlight reel that's posted onto TikTok. None of us truly know what happened behind the scenes of these dates and how Matt treated these women when the cameras weren't rolling.
Rob the jewelry store and tell her make me a grill.
But by this point, Matt is an expert at dating. He's done 3 seasons of this. He's gone on 50 dates around 50 states 3 different times. And yet, Matt still hasn't found anyone?
So my ex-girlfriend texted me the other day and she goes, Matt, I think we should get back together. I'm like, I can't do that, sweetheart. She's like, why? And I'm like, because I'm planning a lit season 2!
Or at least anyone that he likes enough to date long term? That was an ominous sign. Many people, of course, have pointed out that the women that Matt chooses to go on dates with that are supposed to represent the 50 states in the United States have very little to zero diversity. Matt's videos really took off around 2022. 3 seasons, 3 years of Matt driving around the country, the United States, yet the man still can't find the one, or at least a one, to date. And if that isn't the perfect representation of the modern dating scene, I don't know what is. Since January of 2022, Matt has gained over 740,000 followers, and he's amassed over 40 million likes on TikTok. And while I joke that it's kind of funny that Matt has gone on hundreds of dates and still hasn't found the one, it's also very clear that Matt isn't making this content to find the one. At this point, 50 Dates, 50 States has become a phenomenon on its own, and Matt's doing this for the content and possibly for his own desires. Yet it seems like the women end up getting emotionally involved. Yet Matt is on to the next date that he's using for content.
You know, really says something about Matt's character is it doesn't feel like an orchestrated date. It really feels like something fun and something where you are connecting with someone. So you kind of start to forget. And I don't think that you can go into this situation knowing how you're going to feel about it. So coming out of it, like you were waiting almost a month after going on this date thinking, okay, maybe he liked the date, maybe he didn't, kind of internalizing everything that happened, wondering, is he going to break my heart? Is he going to keep it? And not to say that that's not part of the experience, but we are people and we do have feelings. And no matter what, that is going to be a part of it.
Meanwhile, Matt will post all of these dates on TikTok, open the woman up to floods of comments, some criticizing the women themselves.
We have opened ourselves up to so much criticism from people who have no clue who we are, and they will just take something and run with it, whether one person said something, and then you'll see comments, videos and videos and videos later about these specific girls. I've been very thankful to not have to deal with that a lot, but I definitely have had people say stuff about me and they don't have no clue who I am.
You could argue that these women know what they're getting into, know that Matt is doing tons of dates, know that they're likely not going to get a relationship out of this, and that much of them probably enter it thinking that they're going to get followers or some sort of notability. But to sort of argue to that point, Matt does not tag any of these women in the posts that he makes of their dates. He doesn't promote their pages. The most promotion they'd get out of these TikToks is a comment that they'd leave saying, "Thanks for going on this date with me." And that's how people would know that they were the one that went on the date. Besides that, Matt does not promote them, doesn't tag them, and then the next day he's on another date. And the main difference between Matt's TikTok content and other reality shows is, at least with other reality shows like The Bachelor, they make an effort, a good college try, of making it appear like they're really out there for love. Matt only really seems like he's trying to fulfill some sort of Bachelor fantasy and make money along the way, with no end in sight or no end goal besides season 3 having these final 5, which are the hearts that he didn't break at the end of the season. He could possibly expand the concept and go on to date these 5 women seriously at the end of the season and then make more content out of that. But should those women put up with that after all of this? After having to wait for him to date 50 other women and then go on to him dating those 5 women all at the same time? Meanwhile, he's making more content out of it, profiting off of all of it. Should they put up with that? In my opinion, hell no. And according to Matt Wernig's website, most of his dates are paid for by sponsors. In response to criticism, Matt himself has claimed that he pays for all the dates, which, when you look at his website, is a complete joke. Almost all of his dates have been paid for as sponsorships. Not only is he profiting off of the TikTok content, but he's also promoting a brand or company when he's going on these dates and making content out of it. On top of that, if he finds a really cool sponsored event, he can make cool, engaging content out of that, creating a viral video, all off of a free date. Matt is making more and more money. Don't take my word for it though. Let's read it from the 50 Dates 50 States website itself. 50 Dates 50 States has partnered with many brands and businesses to create entertaining and engaging content that creates great exposure across social media. Matt's journey across the country has accumulated over 380 million views and has grown a following of over 700,000 followers across platforms, allowing brands to be a part of the experience. Take a look at some of the fun collaborations Matt has done below, and if you're interested in collaborating, shoot us a message. So let's review some of the sponsored content. Matt did a date at Golden Dog Farm in Vermont. Matt and his date attended a Wines and Wags event at the Golden Dog Farm in Vermont. They played with over a dozen golden retrievers, sipped on some wine, tried some authentic Vermont maple syrup, and explored the beautiful farm. Not only was this a hit with Matt and his date, but a massive hit to the social media world, accumulating close to 25 million views across platforms. I mean, yeah, it's a golden retriever farm. So Matt was paid for this date, got to film himself going to a golden retriever farm, which of course is going to become a viral video because who doesn't want to see a golden retriever farm in Vermont, and then made more money off of that. What do you think his date got out of that? Also, Matt doesn't clearly disclose that this was sponsored. Might be the best thing I've ever done. Hashtag dogs, hashtag golden retriever, hashtag dating, at Golden Dog Farm. Then Golden Dog Farm comments, "It was great having you guys visit." Heart emoji. Where does it say that this was sponsored by them, this entire date? Another sponsored date, Chiefs x Hallmark. Matt and his date were invited out by Chiefs and Hallmark to attend their love story weekend in Kansas City. They were provided with tickets to the Chiefs game, a customary jersey, on-field access, a private couples brunch with other influencers, a get ready with me suite at the hotel, and a red carpet appearance for the premiere of the new Hallmark movie, A Chief's Love Story. And all of the TikToks accumulated over 3.7 million views. But does the 50 Dates 50 States TikTok clearly state that this all was sponsored content? In the video they posted, Matt makes it seem like they just got the opportunity randomly to be on the field.
Going on a date to a Kansas City Chiefs game here in Kansas City. Here we go.
Have you ever been on field before?
No, I haven't.
It's odd.
But this was a sponsored event, so of course they were allowed access, exclusive access. Matt is not properly disclosing his relationships with these brands, in turn glamorizing these brands, but also making his date experiences look over the top and magical, when in reality it's because he has an established relationship with the companies and the events that he's going on these dates for. I can't believe we got on the field at Chiefs, at Hallmark Channel, hashtag 50 Dates 50 States, hashtag Chiefs, hashtag football, hashtag Kansas City, hashtag NFL. Matt collabed with the pro soccer team Sporting KC in Kansas City to go on a date during season 2 of 50 Dates 50 States. Sporting KC gave him and his date custom 50 Dates 50 States jerseys, seats right by the field, and involved them in an in-game skit involving the kiss cam. To this day, it's one of Matt's most viral moments on a date, and this sponsor accumulated over 9 million views. The thing is, this video from this date resulted in a viral moment where him and his date appeared on the kiss cam. In the video, Matt says something along the lines of, "I can't believe we got on the kiss cam," with Matt filming what looked like an authentic accidental moment where him and his date kept getting on the kiss cam. The thing is, when I first watched this video, without knowing that this was a sponsored date, I kept wondering why him and his date kept appearing on the kiss cam and what was happening there. But as stated in the description, this entire kiss cam event was planned as a skit where Matt could film it and make it a viral moment. But that's not clearly stated in the video. Matt didn't clearly disclose that this was a sponsored event, that this was planned, making you think, again, this event is super cool for a date, and 50 Dates 50 States films these magical cool things that all of Matt's dates get to go on. Matt partnered with ND Country Fest to go on a date with a different girl each night of their festival. Between the VIP tickets, campground access, backstage passes, and all you could drink and eat, it was a top-tier festival experience. Matt created content and documented his 4 dates at the festival, generating some impressive social media numbers, and the total views were over 9 million. The thing is, for this sponsor, a 4-day festival, Matt goes on 4 different dates, a different date each night of the festival. He couldn't even just bring the same date, because it's in the same state, couldn't just bring the same girl to the whole festival experience. He had to bring a different girl every night for this sponsored event, and doesn't disclose that it's sponsored. 4 different dates in 4 nights, hashtag 50 Dates 50 States, hashtag ND Country Fest. And if you scroll down on this page on his website, it goes on and on and on. The water park, a bar, a restaurant, all of them paid for. At least the website insinuates, I'm not doing the insinuation, the website is, that these are all sponsored. Of course, the website is not very clear on the extent of these sponsorships, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and just assume that some of these bars and restaurants were just letting him eat and drink there for free because he has a large TikTok following and he was gonna post about their restaurant. But the biggest problem is Matt does not disclose this in his videos. When he posts about going to a specific place, he does not disclose that he went there for free or that the event was sponsored. And the FTC states that if you've been gifted something for free or have a personal relationship with a brand, you need to disclose that. So I'm no expert, but it does seem like Matt not disclosing this is maybe sort of kind of a little bit illegal. Yet as stated, a lot of these videos, sponsored or not, accumulated millions and millions of views and were incredibly popular. Why is that? If you look at the 50 Dates 50 States TikTok page, the most popular videos showcased primarily the women that Matt went on dates with, essentially exploiting them, their looks, their personality. Are you scared? Okay. A lot of the women would do something over the top for their dates, like make custom playlists, custom gift baskets that represent something from their state, things that could possibly help their state stand out and set them apart from the other dates. But really, all it was doing was making more content for Matt. Like in one of Matt's most popular videos where a woman makes a custom playlist for their date.
I got a 50 dates playlist.
Wow.
You have to come prepared. You go big or go home.
Or when Matt films himself reacting to a woman he's going on a date with. Matt's dates are very picturesque snapshots of different areas. Like when he visited the Golden Retriever farm in Vermont, or going to a water park on a 21+ night, or drinking water from a glacier. Of course, a person living in a state day to day is not necessarily going to be doing those different dates all the time, though it's good inspiration, of course. But as far as content goes, it's picturesque, it's engaging. Matt's content also amps up the parasocialness. People enjoy rooting for their favorite date, especially if it's a date from their area. They want to see who wins. Looking through the comment section, it's been interesting to see over time how different favorites have changed. One of the favorites for the season was Maine.
Me and my beautiful Maine date, Juliana, she got me this awesome Maine-themed gift basket. She gave it to me right when I picked her up today, and we haven't had a chance to go through it yet because we've been so busy having a fun-filled date. But now we're going to go through it. You did not have to get me anything. So thank you so much for this already. I appreciate you. First thing that catches the eye is this little lobster. You said his name's Larry?
Yes, that's Larry.
Look at that guy. And the Maine hat. Okay, let's go.
Are you going to try it on?
Of course I'm going to try it on. I got to. Oh, snapback. I'm a snapback guy, so.
But eventually her heart was broken. The same could be said for Vermont.
Hi everyone, my name is Brooke and I am the Vermont date for 50 Dates 50 States. I'm from Swanton, Vermont, which Canada is basically my backyard. I recently just graduated from Caston University, which is in Caston, Vermont, and I studied health science.
Virginia, at the time of filming, is a current fave.
Hi, my name is Catherine. I am the Virginia date for 50 Dates 50 States. I am 24 years old and I graduated with my bachelor's in social work from West Virginia University.
As well as Utah.
Hi, my name is Mia. I'm the Utah date for 50 Dates in 50 States.
Because of all of these factors, though, the actual content creator, Matt himself, doesn't need to have a particularly engaging personality. He just needs to showcase people and places that can do all of the work for him. Then, essentially, leave them in the dust for something new, something better that can keep the engagement high. Because of this, I don't necessarily understand why all of the women choose to participate in this. It doesn't necessarily benefit them, besides maybe a fun date, maybe a small promotion to their TikTok, though not as much as they might initially think, and the opportunity to date this guy. Matt has also never had a long-term relationship. I know, big shock.
Have you ever had a long-term relationship?
No.
Never?
No. I've never been in a relationship.
You've never been in a relationship?
And he continues to date multiple women across the country. Yet for a while, Matt was branded as a good guy with great intentions. Maybe this is because of his personality, the way he came across in his content, the way he spoke positively of the women he went on dates with. But eventually fissures started to form and grow into giant cracks that resulted in what could only be described as internet drama. So going on 50 different dates with 50 different women from 50 different states for 3 seasons. What could possibly go wrong? By the 3rd season of 50 Dates 50 States, things started to get out of hand. This all surfaced to the public eye when it came to light that the woman that Matt had gone on dates with formed a group chat together. And it's safe to say Matt did not like that.
It's a private group chat that we have on a certain platform. And anything that we have sent in this group chat has not left until recently. It's a private thing. We are not posting it for clout. We are not publicly talking about it. We're not sharing our chats with other people. It's not a to get attention thing. It's just for us girls to connect over.
There's that sort of lame saying, there's 3 sides to every story. Well, there's probably 3 sides to this story. Actually, scratch that. There's probably 52 sides to this story. There's Matt's side, there's the 50 different women that he's dating's side to the story, and then there's the ever ambiguous, ever elusive truth. So let's examine some of the different viewpoints that have surfaced and see maybe where things went wrong. So a group chat emerged accusing the host of the show, Matt Wernig, of essentially clout chasing for views, getting girls blackout drunk, and posting content without girls' consent. I don't want to brush off these claims or see it as just internet drama, because that is at the core of it what has been claimed. But a lot of other things that have been stated has sort of caused those claims to become murky and lost in the sauce of internet drama. So what does someone being Matt, with over 700,000 followers do? Instead of reflecting on these complaints that surfaced in a group chat privately and see how he can move forward to make a more comfortable environment for the people he's going on dates with, he decides to blast all of these girls publicly to his audience in a video that gets over 2 million views, calling out these women, saying he feels betrayed and backstabbed and defenseless as he's making a video defending himself to his 700,000 followers.
And when I tell you I've never felt so backstabbed in my life, it's unbelievable. A lot of dates in this group chat are demeaning me, making fun of me, criticizing me, judging me, making up lies, and it's really sad to see. And it is just a stab to the back.
So let's break down Matt's video. In my personal opinion, it seems like from the jump, Matt immediately jumps on the defensive.
It's really disappointing that I have to make a video like this. So this season of 50 Dates, 50 States, some of the dates have a group chat. And dates have told me there's a group chat, and I just assumed it's where everybody can collectively talk, become friends, plan trips, all that stuff. That's happened in past seasons of 50 Dates, 50 States. I was expecting that's what was happening in this season. Come to find out, unfortunately, the group chat has become this war zone and attack on me.
Matt claimed in his video that the group chat was filled with women essentially bullying him, which makes me feel like the dates must not have gone that great then, if that's how the women feel afterwards. Matt felt as if he went above and beyond for these dates, being overly positive towards them, promoting them, doing things essentially most men dating women wouldn't have done. So in his mind, for them to speak poorly against him was uncalled for, because he felt essentially he had done all these favors for them. Like when Matt claimed he paid for every single date, you know, off of the money he's making from the content about their dates.
I pride myself on my character and treating everyone with respect. I couldn't have had 3 seasons of 50 Dates, 50 States if I wasn't like that. I only portray my dates in a positive way, and I only have nice things to say about them. And trust me, there have been plenty of dates I've gone on that have gone bad, or the date has said rude things, demeaning things, negative things towards me that I have not said or spoken about, because I take the higher road and I don't want that to open the door for criticism towards them. I treat all my dates in a respectful way. I hype them up on social media. I open the car doors. I pay for everything we do. I literally spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on creating cool experiences for the dates I go on. And for some reason, that's still not good enough, and I'm a bad guy.
Yet Matt doesn't seem to see how used some of the women may have felt. He even points out how him breaking a heart with their state on it probably made some of the women upset. Maybe because it's a literal physical manifestation of how he used them and then set them aside.
And the unfortunate thing about this season is that when I break a heart, it seems like in my date's eyes, everything fun we had or the memories we experienced just go out the window.
Matt claims that no one is coming to him and everyone's believing the people in the group chat because they're girls. It almost feels like he's afraid of that dynamic, like in the game show Survivor, where the men are all perpetually afraid of the all-female alliance.
But it's so unfortunate that some of my dates aren't mature enough to ask me a question or get my side of the story. They just believe somebody else because they're a girl. And this is not all my dates. Some of my dates are absolute rock stars. Don't get caught up in the drama. Don't believe someone just because they're another girl. Appreciate the time we had regardless if I've kept their heart or not. And to those dates who support me and cheer me on, I appreciate you.
It's interesting because this may show a shifting power dynamic as well. In 50 Dates, 50 States, Matt has the power in the situation. He has the followers. He takes the woman on the date. But at the same time, he desperately needs the woman for his content, for the money that he's bringing in. He uses the woman for their looks, their personality, their states, to bring him more social media fame, and then he sets them aside. But if all of the women team up together and talk, they could potentially wisen up to what he's doing. Suddenly, all of his tactics don't work as much. He doesn't seem to be the nice guy anymore. Or the women, similar to how workers unionize, may start to demand to have more equality in this exchange, get paid since he's getting paid. And he, similar to corporations, freaked out at the thought of unionization. That being said, it doesn't seem like all women that Matt has gone on dates with in the 50 Dates, 50 States franchise were on the same page. In fact, the main date, Jules, immediately defended Matt and his response defense video, saying that he was standing on business. This prompted a ton of viewers to jump down the rabbit hole of speculating which of the women from these dates, from these states, was causing drama in a group chat. They started speculating in the comments, saying, I bet this state is the one that did it. Yeah, that's another thing. Most of the people don't even refer to the women that Matt's gone on dates with by their actual name, but just by their state. Matt's video essentially prompted a wild goose hunt or goose chase, I forget the saying, into who was the one behind the group chat. Or the ones. The women started feeling the pressure to clear the air. So after Matt's video, the North Carolina date and the Mississippi date made response videos. The North Carolina date is named Kelsey. Initially, her video started out very vague, possibly because of fear over backlash.
The fact that Matt is saying that he feels backstabbed is a bit dramatic. Honestly, I had a really great time on my date. We had a good time. Matt was really sweet. He's a cool guy. What I didn't like was finding out all of the things that I found out from the group chat. Posting the video about the group chat was unnecessary, and now a lot of us are getting a lot of hate and threats, etc.
It seems from Kelsey's video that she was involved in the group chat, but not necessarily the one perpetuating the rumors or claiming that Matt had done anything to her. But since she was a part of the group chat, she wanted to make a video defending the other women and to essentially say that Matt is not necessarily the person that he portrays himself to be, that she's become disillusioned with everything.
I think he obviously puts on this front. Everyone thinks that he's the sweetest guy, and he's just taking all these girls out and spending all the money and blah 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 blah. Newsflash, it's a lot. There's a lot more to it than just going on dates.
Kelsey also kind of states the obvious, that Matt is not dating seriously for this dating series and just doing it for the content.
I knew going into this, obviously, he's going on dates with multiple women. This is his 3rd season. He does 50 dates every season. You can do the math. We all know that you're doing this not to find love because you want it to be more than what it is now.
Kelsey says that the main point of this group chat was so that the women could stay in touch with one another as a source of information. But one of the things that surfaced during this group chat was that Matt was often getting girls very intoxicated during his dates. He was also saying that if blank happened, if something happened, then the girl would end up in the bottom 5, essentially using threatening language. While Kelsey kept it very vague, it does seem like Matt often used the power of his platform to essentially have girls engage in the content for his own advantage and to do what he wanted.
You're going on dates with these girls, getting them really, really drunk. Some of them not even remembering the night, promising them that, if this happens, that, you'll be in the bottom 5. and there's just so much more to it. And it's actually kind of crazy. And that's what I didn't like.
Kelsey also claimed that Matt would post things that weren't mutually agreed upon. To me, this, alongside not crediting the women who were involved in the post, because tagging is a form of crediting the people who are involved, feels extremely icky. You aren't asking the women for their permission to post something, and you're not tagging them in the content, crediting them as a part of the content being produced. Essentially, these women are being content farmed without their consent, used as a method for Matt's own engagement, even after their hearts were broken and they were ditched.
Also posting things that girls didn't agree to be posted, that we didn't want posted, things like that, twisting things on the internet to make it look a different way, and making us look bad or making us look stupid, or people assume things, people read into things, like it's the internet, so I just think obviously he does this for himself.
Kelsey also claimed, above all, there were some dates that he didn't pay for at all.
There's some dates he hasn't even paid for, that he didn't pay anything for, that he's claiming, oh, I pay for every single date.
Even though it seems like most of his dates are being sponsored and he's making money off of this content. And yet TikTok became so enveloped in this mean girl group chat narrative that just for Kelsey making this video, not even saying that she was the main person behind this group chat or that Matt did certain things to her, Kelsey's video became flooded with hate comments. People saying that they're disappointed in her and she had to turn off her comments. As I stated earlier, the Mississippi date also made a response video, but she ended up taking this video down, likely due to all the backlash she was getting, which is kind of disappointing. These women are not PR trained. They haven't been posting content for years and years where they know how to speak to a camera, speak to an audience. That's always going to be a factor when it comes to engaging with controversy. But also, it seems like it's sometimes impossible to escape this bully narrative. I don't know. I think personally, I'd rather be labeled a bully or a mean girl than an exploitative person who takes advantage of people financially, physically, through whatever means for their own personal gain. Let's take a look at what Matt still has up of his date with Mississippi to see if any of these claims of getting women incredibly intoxicated on dates, well, kind of tracks.
I'm with my Mississippi date, Elena, and this is date number 8 in season 3 of 50 Dates, 50 States. You ready for a fun date today?
I am. How are you?
Oh, I'm so ready. Let's
do it.
Let's do it.
How many drinks was that through that date? To me, Mississippi looks pretty intoxicated. Yet this is kind of a professional thing that Matt's doing. You know how on reality shows they often have rules of a drink limit because you're filming content of someone and you're posting it publicly to hundreds of thousands of followers. And the specific claim was that women were getting so intoxicated that they couldn't remember the next day. Besides, of course, what he posted online about it, I'm sure. But now Matt's audience truly has me pissed off. Because why did you not give the women who went on these dates proper time to explain themselves before labeling them bullies, mean girls? Just off of the explanation that Matt posted, the audience essentially bullied these women off the internet becoming the bullies themselves, after all of them were taken advantage of for content. And sure, there's the age-old blame game. They should have known better before getting involved with Matt. What did they expect? He's been doing this for a while, but it seems like the group chat was their method of trying to warn others so this doesn't keep happening, because now we can see what happens when they try to go public. He uses his platform against them and bullies them off the internet. He uses his good guy narrative and they become the villains. Other women came forward also saying that because Matt was so vague about which women were involved, a lot of them got hate, when in reality much of what was said in the group chat was just never that serious, and it was really just offering support, which has left a lot of them confused at what the issue is.
I am sorry if anything that I said was hurtful, but at the same time, it was not meant in that way. And within posting a video directly to your 600,000 followers, you opened everybody up to a whole lot more criticism when it was contained and within just the people who you would went on dates with. So.
Yeah. Here's a Reddit post that kind of sums up this drama. Matt, this guy who started a dating series on TikTok where he travels to all 50 states and goes on a different date in every state, made a video saying girls from this season made a group chat and are all talking about him in it. These girls are getting totally attacked in comments, and some have made response videos. In my opinion, it seems like Matt made this video for views, and it worked. Since, like I said, I have never heard of this series until seeing the video about the drama. After watching some videos, my personal opinion is that these girls did nothing wrong. The idea that they're not allowed to get the ick from him or share their experiences with each other isn't fair. So he's allowed to break all these hearts, but they have to pretend they're all totally into him? This guy clearly isn't actually looking for love, so it's not that serious. The fact he has a video pinned of a dumb moment from one of his dates with him condescendingly calling her sweetheart tells me all I need to know about him. And this Redditor is referencing a moment when a date doesn't know how much a yacht costs, and so he calls her sweetheart.
How much do you think that yacht is? You would guess.
Maybe like under over 50.
50 what? 50 what?
I don't know. We'll say like 100,000. I don't know. I'm so bad with boats. More?
Sweetheart, that is a lot more than 50 or 100,000.
Really?
So, the 50 dates drama. Who's right? Who's wrong? Like I said, there's 3 sides to every story, or 52 sides to every story. I think the bigger question here is how okay is it for a content creator to use others for engagement in content without their consent? It's happening more and more now. People being completely used and set aside all for content to create an engaging moment. And yet it's becoming so normalized that we've become numb to it. Authentic moments captured on the street interviews outside a bar when someone's intoxicated coming out, a moment of someone doing something embarrassing captured in public without their awareness that becomes a viral moment. People have found ways to create an entire brand off of this, off of filming people without their consent. In my opinion, all of these are exploitative practices. So the real story of the 50 Dates, 50 States drama isn't over whether it was okay for women to have a group chat. I think the real story and the real question is, should these women essentially unionize, demand more pay from the man who clearly needs them for his content?